Hey!
Oh,
Let's try this again.
oh, are we here?
We're here. We're on YouTube now.
first time.
Okay. Ready? Here comes the intro. 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to I Am Geek. This is episode 267, and this is the way. I had to get that out there first. All right. My name is Ryan. I'm joined by my brother Chris and our good pal Katrin. And one of our favorite guests is back. Ray Chase is back here with us. He heard the Mandalorian was out again, so he said, he pushed people over. He said, Chris, he grabbed him by his throat. So
Virtually.
coming on
As I
the
do.
show.
Yeah, it's a very grabbable throat. I mean,
Yeah. And
don't
of course,
blame him.
Chris said, squeeze harder.
Whoa!
It's got
Wow!
a turn.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what
There
just
goes
happened
that G rating.
there.
I'm sure the third time we do the show, it'll be fine. We'll get it.
And we'll start over. Anyway, something horrible. It's because he had something, he was choking. So he said, squeeze harder to loosen up the
Yes.
food that was stuck
Okay.
in his
I
throat.
don't think that's how that works, but okay.
He was eating like one of those
Red M&Ms or something.
frogs that Grogu eats,
Yes.
and he got stuck, lodged.
Oh, okay.
A little
Yeah.
too much frog. He had a frog in his throat.
Anyways,
we're gonna
good
talk-
night, everybody.
We're gonna talk Mandalorian tonight.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's
we're
new.
fancy now, Ray. We're fancy.
I like
We
that.
have a live studio audience.
That's right.
Yeah.
Wow.
We decided that we needed to indicate to the audience when to laugh.
Yeah, when to laugh.
That's probably a good
what we
idea.
said.
Oh, yeah, a lot of the
Yeah.
feedback was
Or
like,
when to be shocked.
love your show, but not sure when to laugh. Okay,
Is there an applause sign that will come down? Or?
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyways, so we're gonna talk. We're gonna
All the
talk
kids
Mandalorian. We're gonna talk some Disney news, and we have an unboxing tonight. So that's new to us. We've never done that
Wow.
before. I don't think.
Not of
man-
this sort.
Yeah, a Mandalorian unboxing. So this should be interesting. It's a mystery box. But first, let's get into a little Disney news,
Yeah, that makes sense.
and then we'll go into the Mandalorian. So, also released today was the teaser trailer. I don't know why they do all these teaser trailers. Just do a trailer
Yeah.
for the Haunted Mansion movie. Did everybody in here see it?
I did not.
Oh,
no. Okay, we'll have to do a take 3 so you can watch.
We got time. Go watch it now.
You guys, I mean, is it spoilery? I mean,
No.
you guys, I mean,
No.
No.
I'm trying to be hopeful.
mhm.
Trying to be hopeful. I hope it's good. It's again, just by this teaser trailer, it's not really the type of Haunted Mansion that I would like to see.
I'm gonna watch it right now. When you guys are
Yeah,
get my reaction live.
I didn't think it was. I didn't think it was bad, but I just felt like there's like a tone shift that happens even in
Yeah.
the teaser trailer.
Yeah.
Times where it's like, ooh, scary, and then cartoon face,
Like
and,
really scary. Right?
yeah.
In some
Like,
part.
it's
Yeah.
like seems like creepy, especially like this one part where the guy's walking down the hallway. I don't want to spoil it. He's watching it right now, but
He's not
And
listening.
the pictures change.
and the picture's changing. But then they've got like the brought to you by Disney. And it's like
Yeah.
very kind of fun font. It's like, I'm not scared anymore again. Oh,
Yeah.
wait, there's not.
Well, and then the actors that are in the show as well, with Owen Wilson and Owen Wilson. Is that
Yeah.
the right one?
Yeah, Owen Wilson.
And then Danny DeVito, and it's just
Yeah.
it's
Jamie Lee Curtis.
it seems like a funny movie, almost like a parody movie, like
It
this
seems like
Scream movie.
it seems like the other Haunted Mansion. This is part 2. To me,
It
that's
does
what
in some
seemed
ways because it has one of the same characters from the previous movie, at least. And
And Tiffany Haddish. Yeah, she's
right, isn't that
She's-
lady
see.
from the previous movie?
No,
Oh, she
No.
not?
no.
Oh, okay. She looked like her.
Katrin.
no.
She
Anyway,
looks just like her.
I have trouble seeing Danny DeVito now because we started watching Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And like he's so messed up on that show. Like everyone
Yeah.
is just horrible on the show, and that's kind of why it's fun to watch because everyone's just horrible. And the things he does on that show, it's like you can't take him. I can't take him seriously anymore.
Oh, I never could.
Yeah.
But I mean, like you watch this show and you're just like, oh, he's like this is like his most out there role.
Hmm.
So I'm trying to
I
stay
just
hopeful.
watched it.
Yeah. And
I don't know. I mean, it looks better than the first try.
Yeah.
yeah, it looks better in the first try. It looks like
Yeah.
they're doing some of the same stuff they did in the first try, though. Like story wise,
Maybe.
family moves into the house.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just like, oh, there's ghosts. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
I think
We'll
it'll
see.
be good.
Yeah.
I'm hopeful.
Mhm.
I would have loved to see what Del Toro would have done with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Were you expecting something just scary or a mix of the two? I don't know.
Based on the last one, this is what I was expecting. When they said that Del Toro wasn't doing it, this is what I was expecting. I was
Well,
hoping it wouldn't
or
be this one.
What
or
were you
this.
hoping for? I guess
I
should
was
say it that way.
hoping a more of a period piece instead of
like the Muppets Haunted Mansion one, right?
more.
That one was good. I
It
like
was
that.
good.
I would rather see. I want to see like the story of the Haunted Mansion, not
Being
family
Haunted
moves
Mansion.
in and oh, there's ghosts in the house. Well,
You
we
wanna
gotta
Yeah,
do-
like a
You want
different
to see
take on
99
Casper.
people die, and then
what?
so you want
Like-
to see 99 people die? Is that what?
Like
what they're
no, like maybe like, and maybe they'll do this in this one, but I don't know. Maybe like it's a story where let's say there's a storyteller and they're in the mansion and they're like, let me tell you how this happened, and then you flash back and you see how
Yeah.
everything happens, and you see the bride and you see
Yeah.
Leota and everything and how everything came to be for at least part of the movie or something.
Mm-hmm.
They
A
should
little
have
bit like
done
if
it
you.
Okay.
I was like, if you guys watched Wednesday, they did a little bit of
Yeah.
that where they
Mhm.
do flashbacks and you'd see a little bit of how things happened that then tied into what was happening in the present and stuff like that.
It kind of seems like they might be doing like some flashback in it because
Yeah,
you see
some.
Jamie Lee Curtis's character
Alive. Yeah.
alive.
Mhm.
But maybe they should have just done it like 13 Ghosts. I mean,
Oh.
you've seen that movie at all? It's Matthew Lillard.
I guess I
doing
wanted
it.
a more, and I mean, it's Disney, so, and they're not going to do it. A more serious Haunted Mansion movie.
The thing that got me in this was just like some of the kookiness, like like some of the designs, like it felt a little misaligned. Like some of it was like very realistic house and stuff like that, and then
Yeah.
like there's a clock that looks like, oh well, that's definitely like a Disney like decorated clock, and then the Hatbox Ghost is very cartoony.
Yeah.
But
So we'll
it's a
see.
weird mixture.
We'll see.
Have you ridden the ride before?
Well, yeah, but
The clock is all
for a
crazy.
movie. But
Sure.
I mean,
No, I'm just messing with you.
I think you could still like design within that, but make it a little bit more realistic
Mm.
Yeah.
for a movie.
Yeah, or maybe like maybe along the lines of like the latest Ghostbusters movie. Maybe that
Maybe.
way. I don't know. It just looks like they took the Eddie Murphy movie and they're like, well, let's just change some stuff around and do the same thing. And that one flopped. So
As teasers go, I think I'm more interested in the Peter and Wendy movie than the,
Yeah.
yeah, I had my problems with that one too. I nitpicked too much. They went away from the story a bunch.
But that's okay. I mean,
that's
I
okay.
I don't want to see the same story.
Yeah,
over
Well,
and
kinda
over.
good
Just
with
do
that
a different
too.
swing at it, you know. So
Yeah, because
Lost boys can be girls too. That's the part that got me. I was like-
I don't know. It's just kind of washed over me. But
Oh, well, to me, it was like because when Wendy came, they're like, finally, someone can be our mother. well, if there was other girls there, why couldn't they be the mother
And
already?
that version of the story.
Yeah, because I mean, when I saw it before I watched the trailer, I was just afraid of another. Okay, we're doing the exact same thing we did in the cartoon, except
Mhm.
live action.
Right.
And this one felt different. It felt like its own take
Yeah.
on
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
and it felt
Yeah,
like the
we'll see.
story's different. And I'm good with that.
I wanted to
It's
see
like-
more Hook, but the amount of Hook they showed, I was like, Jude Law's killing it. He's awesome as Hook.
Yeah,
He's-
That comes out when? When's that
can't
come out?
recognize him.
That
in
one-
That's nice.
I know. I had to look him up on IMDb because I
it
read the list of the
April?
credits and they didn't say who anybody was. It just listed all the actors. So I was like,
And it's
Like-
coming. Sorry,
Okay, go ahead.
no.
Coming soon?
it's coming soon as well. I think maybe I was going to look it up, but it's actually coming straight to Disney Plus.
Yeah, straight to
It
Disney
is.
Plus.
No,
The other one's coming to theaters soon. Like
And
it's
then
soon.
directly to
Yeah.
Disney Plus.
That's right.
Straight to DVD or straight to VHS. Peter and Wendy 2.
coming out of the vault.
Released
Yeah.
from the vault.
All right,
So
and then
it's going to be released. Sorry, at the end of April, April
Okay.
28th, 2023. So there you go.
Oh,
Soon.
okay, cool.
and then in the parks for East, Batu East or Hollywood Studios or whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
Mando and Grogu has appeared. They've landed on Batu,
Finally.
which breaks the timeline for Batu East.
Perfect.
Good. Break it more.
Nobody
I've
cares.
heard, which I don't know if they're actually going to do it. I've heard that on days when people from the Star Cruiser come down, that he won't be there
Does anybody really
to
care?
keep the time.
I know. I mean,
No.
it's just
But
I
like,
hope
it's like, it's
so.
like with Marvel Avengers Campus. It's like that's like saying you can't have Iron Man there because, well, technically Tony Stark died. And Black
Spoiler.
Widow can't be there. It's like,
Spoiler.
oh my god! I mean, the Guardians of the Galaxy ride doesn't fit into the MCU, but it's fun, and who
Yeah.
cares? I mean, it's
That was just a rumor, though. He may still
Yeah.
be
Right.
there.
But
He may be there every day.
they just need to drop that whole thing because
yeah,
nobody
Oh,
they
yeah.
really need
People
to.
just
No,
want to go to Batu to live Star Wars. They don't care what time it
Exactly.
is. In fact, they don't really care who the characters are as long as they're Star Wars characters, and they'd rather see the ones that they're familiar with. Who cares about a daggum story about these latest movies? You know, it just needs to be Star Wars land. And
Absolutely. And to
Show up
kids that
whoever
love
wants
Star
to
Wars,
show
or for us that, for anyone that loves Star Wars, when you go, you want to see your favorite characters. You want to see Vader. You want to see Maul. You want to see Qui-Gon. And to say
Mando.
that you cannot because
Yeah.
of this story that we've
it's
concocted that
ridiculous.
is going to appeal to like a very small demographic of people that, I mean, you can have all of that. You can have all of that, and you can do the cosplay on the cruiser and all of that. But really, if I'm walking around Batu and if I see Vader, I'm going to be like, "Oh my god, ruined!
I
My
think
experience is ruined."
Really, if you're getting picky, I mean, if it's that timeline and Rey's the only Jedi, why you got these little underground places that are building lightsabers and training?
Well, they're not.
Jedi?
No,
There
no.
you go. There you go.
Well, someone doesn't know the story. It's obvious. They're not underground trainers for. Savi finds all this stuff and he's brought it there. They're not training Jedi. It's just like you can go there
Well, I mean, when I
and
watch
build
them,
your own lightsaber.
I mean, they're treating it like it's like a Jedi
But
experience.
this is also the time
That's the
period
stage thing
between The
away
Last
from-
Jedi
Yeah.
and Rise of Skywalker, which is like you pick this little sliver of 6 months to build your entire
Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to start us down this rabbit hole.
Oh my god.
As far as
Wow.
characters, as far as characters in the park, I am sort of like I don't know if I want to see. I don't know if I want to see face characters though, because
characters?
Like non-masked.
Like Han
or-
Solo?
non-masked.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
because like there's
Rays,
some of the
right.
rays they have
Mm-hmm.
don't look like Ray, and you're just like, could you got somebody that looks maybe a little like her?
It's like when they tried to do the Mr. Incredible. On
Yeah.
the cruise or
Oh
whatever.
gosh.
Well, those are cartoon trying to take cartoon and making them human.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
just
That's
really
true.
weird.
It's just they did a pretty good job with Fennec Shan out in Disneyland.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the rays that I've seen are really good, and some of them are like, but like with Boba Fett and Mando, they all look great. Chewie looks great, just like he came out of the movie. The troopers look great. Kylo looks great. So yeah, some of the face characters. Like I've seen some of the old when they actually did have Luke and Han in the park, and it was just like, yeah, that's clearly a wig sitting on top of his head.
See, I hope this is the beginning of like them changing it up, because I think I mentioned before, and I think this was kind of my son's idea, is they could have an experience like the building of the lightsaber where you pick your Mandalorian armor. And I mean, talking about making money. I mean, you could, have the whole set, the shoulder pieces, the helmet, the insignias, and all of that. And you could have a show that goes with it where, they're banging the Beskar, and you get your little hammer and you bang your Beskar. But the thing is, that is another cool experience that they could be bringing to the parks that people would really, really love. I've seen pictures this week of people swarming Mando and Grogu. Like Elvis has entered the park, and it's like, you guys are really worried about the story. Look, you guys.
That's a good thing, that's a good thing and a bad thing.
Frogs on a stick.
Because it's a good thing that people are swarming, because like people want him there, but it's a bad thing because Disney will be like, oh yeah, we're gonna have to put him behind a wall, and you're gonna have to wait in line and get a time to come see him. Because that's what they've done with other characters when that's happened, and it's like, don't do that. Just don't cause a crowd. Just let them walk around.
But I think if you had more offerings of characters like that, if you then bring in Boba Fett and Fennec Shan, and maybe the Bad Batch. You start like,
that'd be cool.
Again, they're all about the synergy, and it's kind of like, when Obi-Wan was on. How cool would it have been if, like, Obi-Wan, you had like an actor playing Obi-Wan who's like kind of hiding in the crowds while Vader and the stormtroopers are like, Kenobi, and walking. That would have been awesome. That would have been awesome.
It would have been cool. They've done that with Marvel, so I don't know why they won't do that with Star Wars.
Because of our story.
Because every time a new Marvel movie comes out, the next day that character is in the park.
Serious. It's crazy how the quick turnaround on that. Mr. Moon Knight, it was like the day, the night that he appeared on the show, next morning.
They even had Moon Girl out, and people were like, who's that girl?
Oh, from the new cartoon? Yeah.
Which I've watched half the first episode. It's pretty good. I like it.
I haven't watched it yet.
It's pretty fun. It's just like it's sort of like Proud Family meets superhero type stuff.
Devil Dinosaur?
Yeah. It's not bad. I like it. All right. So should we talk Mandalorian or should we do an unboxing? What do you want to do? Let's leave it to the people in the comments.
Do the unboxing.
They turned me into newts.
I got better.
Unboxing, and then let's go into the episode one. All right, I'm going to move my camera so everybody can see. Oh, I should have two cameras like a professional, but I don't.
But we don't, because we're a podcast.
Can we zoom? I can't zoom out, can I?
Enhance.
It looks
retract.
How did I do that earlier, Petra?
Try that. I don't know if that's
sure.
Oh, that works. There we go.
Yeah.
All right. Are we ready for this?
Yes.
I've already cut the plastic to make it easier.
Oh, this is you've already opened
that's
it.
The best part.
I promise I haven't looked inside. I got this at GameStop on clearance, and I was like, let's open it on the show and see what's in it.
Isn't everything on clearance on GameStop now?
Pretty much. Oh, bubble wrap.
Bubble wrap.
I was running out of bubble wrap, so that's good. I can use this.
Free bubble wrap. Wow, it's a lot
in there.
A lot.
That's quite a lot.
That's like worth it right
Especially
there.
for the crystals that you do. That's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I see
Oh,
some goodies.
sweet. I'm already
I
seeing
see
this.
some goodies.
Now we're
Oh,
going to a commercial.
Yeah.
ooh, look at that.
Okay, the pen. Who cares about anything else?
We got that.
You need to describe for the listeners.
Oh,
So we got
yeah,
a pin
lower.
with the signia, the Mando's
Mando
signia on it.
signet. Yeah.
And then we've got a little. What is this?
Is this a
back
tattoo?
Yeah, it's a lower back tattoo.
Lower
Oh,
back tattoo
I'll
of
put that on
Grogu.
later.
Nice.
Oh, cool. We got a patch.
A
We got
patch of the Razor
Razor
Crest.
Crest.
Ooh,
Nice.
That's destroyed. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. Just throw that away.
Oh, and we got 2 pops. We got one of the ones that I actually wanted. Like and the other one, I'm like, I don't have it, so I like it.
I was gonna say, it's like both of them.
Well, there was 2 that there was 4 that come in this, and one of them is like a mud covered Mando that looks really
I
sweet.
see.
So we've got Paz Vizsla.
Dirty Mando.
Is it when he went into the cave to get the meatball or whatever?
He's a Pez dispenser. Is that what?
Paz Vizsla.
Paz Vizsla, a Mandalorian.
And it's broke.
Top exclusive.
Nice.
Has it got a sigh? What was that? It's like Raphael.
No, he's got a.
It's for hand-to-hand combat.
Got a slice of pizza in one hand.
No wonder they're trying to get rid of these.
Oh, this is the one that I wanted. The Remnant Stormtrooper.
Remnant Storm. So he's all tattered and torn,
Oh yeah, he's
beaten up.
Nice.
It's pretty cool.
That's cool.
For what you could have done too is gotten a regular Stormtrooper and done that yourself as well too, right?
Well, I haven't seen a Stormtrooper lately.
But it's really cool. I'm just kidding. It's
They
really
could have
good.
just made that. I don't know.
3D
money on
printer. So that's a good haul for especially for the price. It's
Yeah,
way cheaper than buying pops.
true.
So go to your GameStop if you want some. Now I want the other box, but I would probably get the same ones and be like, ugh.
And then you'll just have to give them to me.
There you go.
So
Or have
go
it
get
give-
the other box.
This is the most. This is a prize right here. All this bubble wrap I can use.
He just wanted the bubble wrap. That's all he wanted.
I was like, "Is there any bubble wrap in this box?" Oh, I think so.
I think so, sir.
GameStop is known for their bubble wrap.
Man, that was
Whoa! Anyways, that's fun.
yeah.
I'll get all the views.
We actually lost a viewer during this. We had 2, now we have 1.
I thought they were going to talk about the show.
Let's talk the show.
Mandalorian.
Let's talk the show. I don't even know who it was. They didn't say anything.
No.
They didn't like
Random
my
person.
impression of their voice. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Oh God. Okay. Episode 1. We've been waiting for how many?
3
season 2. Is it 2 years ago?
10
Was it?
long years.
I mean,
'Cause last year was
had
Boba.
and we had some content there, right? But,
So 2020 was when
wow.
the season was.
Really?
Wow.
That was season 2?
Yep.
Whew.
Jeez.
Yep. It ended in December of 2020.
Insane.
But we had our like. Don't forget about Mando and Book of Boba Fett. So it didn't make
God.
it seem that long.
Yes.
Which, like we said earlier, I think if you didn't watch the Book of Boba Fett, you were very confused
Yeah.
when episode 1 or when season 3 started, because you start where Grogu's back. Spoiler, there will be spoilers. Grogu's back.
I was kind of surprised that even on the previously on the Mandalorian,
Yeah.
I'm like, really? You're not showing
Yeah.
any of that.
They want you
They
to watch.
didn't want to ruin the Book of Boba Fett because not many people.
For those of you that didn't watch the boring Book of Boba Fett, too bad.
Oh, I like the Book of Boba Fett. It was different.
Yeah, you needed
So
that.
so how did Mandalorian season 2 end? Was that when
With
he went
Luke
off with Luke?
taking
Yeah.
Grogu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess it would be.
It would be very confusing for people if they didn't watch
Yeah.
it.
Mhm.
Would there? I mean, that's the thing. Are there people that actually didn't watch Boba Fett that watch Mandalorian? Surely to goodness. I mean,
I don't know.
it was the only Star Wars content we had at the time, the new content, and so I imagine people
could have got bored with it at the beginning,
or maybe people that just was onto the fad of Mandalorian. They weren't really Star Wars fans, so they're like,
maybe so.
I like that.
But at the same time, I feel like, I mean, even in the episode, they didn't even like talk about it much or anything. There was like maybe a couple of lines like, "Oh, I thought you completed your mission." I did. He came back to me. I don't want to talk about that right now. And it's like, really? Because I mean, you should at least have a little bit of something there. Because I don't know. I mean, if you were going to binge watch Mandalorian like later on, or somebody you're like, hey, you should really watch this show. Who's going to get into it? I mean, you have to also do the little side quest and watch, episode 7 of this other thing. It's just kind of a weird choice.
They could have promoted people to watch the Book of Boba Fett. It's like, yeah, what happened? It's like, oh, there was a Jedi and a Rancor and like a big brawling fight with people from Back to the Future. It's like, oh, that sounds great. I would have loved to see that.
Yeah.
So I thought let's dive into the episode from the beginning. I thought the way they started this episode was pretty cool because when we last saw the Armorer, it was just her and Paz, right? And now they're sort of building it back up. Mm-hmm. They have the young ones that they're because there's a few kids in that group. Mm-hmm. So they're building it back up, and they're making another kid.
I was totally thinking that was in the past. I thought that was in.
Before that, they're talking about the fact that he took his helmet off and he's no longer a Mandalorian. So they're kind of rewinding a little bit and talking about things. So it did seem like, because you've never seen that place before, the water and the cave, and they're talking about going to the waters under, and you're like, is that what this is? And then they're going through this ceremony and they don't finish the whole thing, so like, well, maybe it didn't finish for him, and then you realize, oh, that wasn't him. That's not, because for a second we were like, is that Mando? It's at our house, that's what we thought. No, it's Jimmy Kimmel's son.
Was it really Jimmy Kimmel's son?
Yeah, and he was also a Tusken Raider in Book of Boba Fett.
Wow.
Like, wow, that's pretty cool.
He gets around.
So I thought it was a good way to open it. Because they did trick you there a little bit, because you're like, where are we in the timeline? Are all these people going to be slaughtered? And then Mando comes in on his Naboo starfighter and blasts them away. And were they grateful for him? No, not at all.
Well, they didn't seem like they really knew how to fight this thing.
Big crocodile thing.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, let's put some charges on it to blow it up. Where are we going to put it? How about on the armor plating?
On the armor plating.
On the top.
Yes.
Put it up there.
Yes.
That's a weak point, right?
I kind of question why have a ceremony in the waters where a Minosaurus might...
That can't be the first time they've seen it.
Like jump out at any time and eat everyone.
That's the way. You gotta, if you survive that, then you're one of them.
They lived in Florida. I mean, that's what you do. You go swimming in the waters there.
You guys should have been at the graduation 3 years ago. It was crazy. 3 of them showed up. It was nuts. There was so much blood.
We actually didn't have any graduates by the end of it. None survived.
We were this close to getting the Beskar on them, and they just decimated them all.
Yeah, the Beskar would have saved him. But didn't get it on.
No, it's a funny thing. You're wearing the Beskar that youngling would have gotten.
Yeah,
thanks.
Yeah. That tooth mark, that's from one of the things.
I feel weird now, but okay.
I'm glad they all live in Jersey now.
Hey, we're Mandalorians.
Hey.
Don't touch the hair.
Carabazula.
Did you take your helmet off? Don't you lie to me.
Don't you lie to me.
I don't know where to go from
I don't know where to go from that.
I really love the I'll go back to the episode. The death roll part. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
Like a gator death roll. I thought that whole scene was pretty epic. Somebody the next day already had that file out for that kid's helmet. They're like,
Wow,
why made the
really?
helmet today?
Wow.
I'm like, oh, there you go.
3D
crazy.
printer file for those.
Yeah. Yes. Sorry, 3D
less
printer file,
initiated.
so you could print one for your youngling.
And then toss him in the gator-ridden water.
Yeah.
Do you think it might have been kind of foreshadowing that there were going to be pirates in this episode? TikTok Croc.
Oh, I did hear it ticking.
That's true.
So from there, he flies off because she's still like, you saved our lives, but you can't be back with us. And I'm still thinking, like, why does he want to be with these people that make him wear a mask all the time,
He must
helmet
be
all the
part
time?
of something.
He's indoctrined.
Yeah.
See, that was one thing I was thinking with, if they hadn't rushed the whole Grogu thing, is that, because he took off his helmet, I felt, because he thought that was probably the last time he was going to see Grogu, right? He took off his helmet, I want to look upon you with my own eyes, that kind of a thing. And so then, like, he sends him off with Luke, and if they had spent a little bit more time with them being separate and doing like different, storylines with Grogu, storylines with Den, maybe he'd be like, well, he's gone, and I'm kind of heartbroken. I'm going to go back to what I know. I need to get back into, being a Mandalorian again. I need to redeem myself, and go back to doing the life I knew before I met him. And that's why he kind of starts on this quest. And then at some point their lines cross back again. But yeah, now it's just kind of like, they basically kicked you to the curb, and you're like, oh no, I gotta amend. I gotta go bathe in the waters so I never take my helmet off again. But you're going to be hanging out with Grogu. Is there not going to be maybe a moment where you're going to be like, peekaboo with the helmet again, Maybe get some extra water to take with you so, you can just keep baptizing yourself every time you have a discretion.
Yeah.
Pop that helmet up.
Little spritzer. You just kind of missed yourself. Yeah. All
We're
right,
good.
I'm good again.
Oh, he's
Good.
Methodist. Okay.
I'm clean.
Wow.
Sprinkle.
So he goes
Catholic,
back. Leaves there, disappointed because he's like, "Well, I'm going to go find the waters," and she's like, "No, you're not."
No,
you're not. And then he goes back to Navarro, right?
Yeah.
no.
And it's completely changed.
Yeah, he goes back to the
Bless him.
cheerleading high school place, right? Is that what?
What?
My wife watches that show Cheer,
Oh,
that reality show about the cheerleaders, and that's where they live. That's their school or whatever. It's Navarro, and the whole time we're watching it, she's like, I can't stop thinking about cheerleaders.
that's weird.
Huh.
So, anyways, Navarro from The Mandalorian has no cheerleaders that I know of, but has done a complete, 180. It's a thriving city now. It has the cantina has been replaced with a bar or with a school. The grief
starting to look very black. Spiral Outpost. Where's my patch? There it is.
Yeah. He's the sort of the leader of what is he called? Grand Magistrate or whatever.
Apollo Creed.
Yeah.
Yes, he tells us several times that he is the High Magistrate. Sorry.
High Magistrate.
He's I should have remembered.
High tippity top magistrate.
Because somebody tries to say, Magistrate, there's this. He's like, High Magistrate, and he keeps telling Mando that he's the High Magistrate. And he has the little droids that pull his cape along to make sure it doesn't
Somebody's
touch the ground. So,
but so Mando goes back there because he wants to tear down the statue of IG-11 and build him back so he can go explore Mandalore with them.
Yeah.
The only one he trusts.
Yeah.
The only droid he trusts
is the exploded dead one.
Yeah. That tried to kill him.
Have anything left.
Got his head. His head went flying. It went shot off like a rocket.
Well, the head was attached. There was still like a good chunk of the body
left
to it. And like,
maybe
that's where the bomb was.
I don't know.
Yeah.
The bomb was right there.
Made of vibranium or something.
Yeah.
I wasn't digging that, actually. I was just like... Because one of the things with the whole episode, I was talking with Chris about this, and I hope they start to kind of get away from this. I feel like Mando knows 4 people in the galaxy, and every season he just hangs out with those 4 people.
Sure.
Over and over and over again, and it's like, I need a droid.
Mhm.
Well, I could go get a droid. I could go buy a droid. I could build a droid. I could go back to the one droid that I had some time with that I shot in the head, and go on a mission with him. Like, really? You can't just have a new character?
He doesn't trust droids. He doesn't trust them.
You know, I built a statue out of that thing. I bet I can go collect that.
But then after he defaults back to his programming, he still wants him. He's like, I'm gonna go get you a memory chip, and I'm taking him.
But
I
that
don't care
led,
if he tries to kill us.
that led to one of the best moments of the show. We have the droid smiths. We have seen Babu Frick before, but this is other of his race, which are called the
Anzellans.
Yes,
Droid smiths.
in their little droid smith shop. And one of the best parts of the show was seeing Mando Den in the droid smith shop, sitting with his head on the ceiling, basically, and his on the ground. He can barely fit.
Like Alice in Wonderland. In
It was I was like cracking up. I thought that was so
good.
funny.
Yeah.
And he's trying to have a conversation with these, and then Grief is outside saying, "Oh no, they're saying no," and he's just like, "I get it, I get it." But I thought that was
funny.
Fun moment. There's a lot of little things like that, like the lizard monkeys. They're not being eaten anymore. Now they're thriving in the city with everybody else.
Or throwing their poop at people.
Yeah.
Oh, they're adorable.
All that cool stuff is happening.
City's overrun with monkeys.
Cool. And then we have is it after that or before? No, before that was the pirates, right?
It happened sometime in the
before he collected the piece
droid.
of junk. That was at the bar turned school.
Yeah,
I think the kids still drink in there.
Probably.
Yeah,
probably. Blue milk and a little
blue milk and
that's probably why they didn't want him going in, because they didn't want him, underage drinking's going on in there. You're going to get me in trouble because you're a pirate, so stay out.
He's teaching the kids how to be bartenders. And
didn't say what kind of school it was.
Yeah.
They're not ready yet for you to go in there.
And of course, we learned that Cara Dune has been recruited, and she's gone. She's big time now. That's how they got rid of her. And Grief wants Mando to be the new sheriff in town and give him a parcel of land so he could settle down with Grogu. And he's like, nope, I've got to go swim in this underground water.
That's super important.
It's so good for your skin. I just got to get there.
So does he bathe without his suit on, or I guess we'll find out, right?
We'll find out.
Maybe.
Or maybe he'll get there and realize, you know what? I've got family now. I don't need
I'm the best man in the galaxy.
Yeah, I got the black saber.
It turns out that Grogu is actually allergic to the water, and so if he bathes, he could never be with Grogu again because he's allergic. And so he has to make a choice.
He has to take off the helmet to give him mouth to mouth because he's takes a little too much water.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember where they went from there.
That's all right. So they encountered the pirates.
Well, yeah, he encountered.
Okay. So after all this, they fight off the pirates, but they're coming back because they let one live.
Well, so my son said, "Why didn't he kill that one?" I said, "Well, he told him, go tell your boss."
Yeah,
he's the messenger.
Send a message.
So you had to send somebody back. That's
sure.
Point to say, don't mess with these people anymore.
Could have sent like a text or something, I guess.
Yeah,
head could have sent his head.
If you just killed them all, then that really sends a message like, "Oh my god!"
Like take like a selfie picture, like, "Hey, they're all dead," and then send it to the space pirate.
Well, you knew they were coming back because they sent that guy. Yeah. It's like, well, okay, they'll be back, and they were back quicker than I thought. After they go through the whole droid thing, he goes flying off
into space.
into space.
But you have an asteroid fight.
It's Ray's
really
favorite thing.
It was really cool.
Yes. Anytime there's like, flying through asteroids, I'm like, ooh, yes.
It's very dangerous. And
Please continue.
And I wondered about the Grogu capsule. Like, does he just stay back there? But I guess there's a little passageway that he can get up to the front.
Yeah, he has a little tunnel door, like a Chuck E. Cheese or whatever. He can just kind of go around the ship.
So I thought that was cool.
Yeah. And just like on like a roller coaster ride with like a little child, he's like holding him down, making sure he's not flying out of his seat.
Yeah. We got to meet the Henson Creature Shop pirate captain.
Oh yeah, Space Swamp Thing.
Seaweed face. I'm like,
yeah,
who are you?
It was a little weird.
King Dorian Shand.
It reminded me of like
Pirate
Pizza
King
the
Dorian
Hut.
Yeah, I was kind of like, what show are you from?
He came from Muppets Treasure Island. I think.
No,
that's where he came from.
Oh no, it's Freckle Rock. You remember the big?
Oh my god,
that's him.
Yeah.
I feel like they're setting them up like they're gonna be kind of a thorn in Mando's side throughout the season. So we're probably gonna see a lot more of Seaweed Face.
Maybe so.
Yeah,
maybe so. Now we have a new cosplay to do.
House plant and put it on your head.
Yeah, the Pirate King. But for me, the greatest moment of this episode was when they're going through hyperspace, and Grogu looks to his left, and he sees the shadow of the Purrgil, or the affectionately known the space whales. There's no space dolphins, Katrin.
No, we need some space dolphins.
Space whales, which is a throwback. I'm sure Filoni did this on purpose. Throwback to Rebels, because those creatures played a very important role in Rebels, especially the last and final episode. So this is, I guess they're saying, hey, Ezra's coming back, because the last we saw Ezra was with the Purrgil. So I'm sure we probably won't see him in Mandalorian, but he's going to be in Ahsoka. So that's sort of foreshadowing for Ahsoka, probably.
Hey, we got another show.
I don't know, but I thought it was cool to see them, because they're cool creatures. They can travel, through the hyperspace. They're really cool.
It's kind of like
that was fun to see.
Kind of like the turtles from like Crush. The turtle from when they're going to
they're surfing.
What is that movie?
UAC.
Oh, it's Finding Nemo, right? And they're going through the shoot, whatever
the
tunnel.
The
trans
EAC.
Yeah.
The
East something current. I don't know.
Water tunnel.
That's it. That's the technical name for it.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty much everything that happened in the episode, right? Am I missing anything?
What about Bo-Katan?
Yeah.
Very end.
Couch potato Bo-Katan.
She is howling.
Like, get out of your seat for a second. Come on.
I thought it was funny and sort of interesting when she goes, "Do you still have the Darksaber?" And he was just sort of like, "Oh yeah, it's
left in the car. Actually, I'll go get it." It was a little bit of a weird cut there, I thought, because when he leaves Navarro, he's like, I thought for sure he was going to Tatooine to go see what's her face, Crazy Lady, because he was like, I'll get you the memory chip, and so I'm like, well, who does he know? He only knows 4 people. Who does he know that can get him a part? A Jawa, and who's dating Jawas? Her. Yeah. So he's gonna go. But then he goes to visit Bo-Katan, and I'm like, what about the part? And he's like,
there's a stop on the way.
I want you to come with me. We're gonna go to Mandalore. What about the part?
He's just gathering his team, just gathering his team.
Or maybe I'm hoping he thought about it on the way there, and I was like, you know what? Resurrecting IG-11 is a bad idea.
I'll just get her and put her in danger.
Yes. Who else do I know? Oh, I know these other Mandalorians. Let's get them.
But it was interesting that she is basically given up. Everybody sort of left her because she didn't come back with the Darksaber. So she's sort of given up. So that's gonna, I think, gonna play into where she's gonna turn more possibly villain.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's gonna go nuts.
Go a little crazy, go a little nuts, and basically come after Mando.
So she's sitting there like in The Shining. She's just like typing away.
Yeah,
No one
because
else is there.
I don't see how it could just be like, yeah, sure, I'll join up with you. Let's go do this. Like, because she's bad. Everything's been taken away from her. This guy that doesn't even want the Darksaber has it, who just wants to get back with his old clan. So she's got to play some kind of,
Yeah.
I'll work and no Darksaber make Bo-Katan
not necessarily,
something.
yeah, not necessarily villain, but she's got to play some role where she's against Mando. So
yeah, they've got to battle at some point. I mean, that was the thing. Like, I don't know why she hasn't challenged him to a battle to get the Darksaber. That's what I got to do. So I don't know why she hadn't done it.
I mean, do they have to really like fight to the death? I mean, couldn't just be like, all right, punch me in the face. Whoa, look what I dropped. Here you go, it's yours.
Oh, darn.
Oh, darn. You knocked it out of my hand. You bested me. Yeah. Can I leave now?
The thing's heavy anyway. Just take it.
I saw a good video on describing why it's so heavy. And again, this is not fact
real.
Yeah. But the guy was talking about how
this isn't real, guys. Just so you know.
Isn't true.
Just so you know.
I mean, like,
I don't really know how heavy it is.
This isn't canon, like Star Wars canon, but the guy was he's like, if you take a lightsaber, he goes, really, if you had a lightsaber like that and you held it close to you, it'd burn your face off. So we know, physics and whatever doesn't work
in our galaxy.
in our galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, so a lightsaber, they fling it around. It's not heavy and stuff, but it's like a burning sun. And he goes, but the Darksaber is heavy, which doesn't make sense unless you think about it, because you have the dark center, the light sort of collapsing in on it. What if it's the opposite and it's got the same sort of thing as a black hole, where it's just sucking power in like a black hole to make it dense? And so that's why it's so heavy, because it's like the opposite of a lightsaber that's emitting light. It's sucking the light and everything into it.
I'll just say Moff Gideon didn't have a problem wielding it.
That's true.
True.
It's not
just saying.
A bit better of a guy.
He did lose it though, so I mean,
he did.
Anyways, so do we think Mando will keep the Darksaber throughout the season, or do you think he's going to lose it?
The poster shows him wielding it.
Yeah.
Like he's battling something with it. So I don't know. I mean, that doesn't mean he's going to have it the whole time, of course, but maybe. I mean, I think you're right. They're going to Bo-Katan and him are going to have a fight at some point. Maybe that's the season finale, and we don't know what happens, Yeah.
I think, right after he left, she's like, dang it, I could have fought him.
We're the only two here.
Jeez, I got to go find him now.
Yeah, so I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see character development. Who's the big bad? Who's the, does what? I don't think he's going to join back up with this clan. So what's going to change his mind? Is Grogu going to talk? Is he actually going to finally talk?
I thought about that too. Yeah.
I'm thinking next episode he gets to the waters. He goes down in them to bathe, and the rest of the season is just him bathing in a bath and just
like
remembering.
Boba Fett.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's just him in a bath remembering everything that's happened.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they're going to pull a Book of Boba Fett where 1 episode, 2 episodes are going to be a completely different character that's not Mando? And
No.
I don't know. I don't know.
I think they get a lot of angry people with that.
Yeah. But I will I mean, but if Boba Fett shows up, Fennec Shan, I just want the world to get expanded, and I feel like they just keep bringing the same characters back. It would be like the 5 of us, like
we keep bringing you back.
I know, but it's not like I'm back every month. I mean, but it would be like, the 4 of us living on this planet, or the 5 of us living on this planet, and we're just constantly running into each other. Like we don't know anyone else. So you know what? I got to go visit Katrin because I think I got to go talk to him about a droid.
Well,
Look at all the droid shops there are. No, I need to talk to this one guy.
Because it's like 30-minute episodes and the season's not too long, they don't really have that much time for a lot of character development for new people. So they sort of have to bring some people back. They will. I'm sure there will be a new character probably, but I mean, we already got the Pirate King.
Yeah.
Like, I want to know his backstory. Just spending a whole episode on him. Of how living in the swamp.
I feel like if they go off and like with another character that'll be in another show, I feel like they'll have to at least keep Mando a part of that story. Like he like runs into them again because that's one of the 5 people he knows in the universe.
Yeah,
and they have a story, and then he goes.
But what he's doing is he's building his own, whether he realizes it or not. He's building his own clan, and that's why he's going back to these people, because I think at the end this is going to be his clan, his family, all these characters.
He's going to force them all to wear a helmet.
And I think originally, like Cara Dune was going to play an important part in that, but because of
the
world we live in, that changed that.
Yeah, he knew 6 people. Now he knows 5.
Yeah. So I think that he's building his clan. We got Grogu, we've got Greef, we've got
crazy lady.
What's her name? I always forget her name.
Crazy lady.
Mechanic.
Alvin and the Jawas.
Yes. Blue skin guy. I mean, he'll probably be back.
And maybe at the end,
the comedian guy.
Maybe at the end, Bo-Katan, they finally join forces, and he realizes that he doesn't need.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to wear his helmet all the time to be a Mandalorian.
Because it's silly.
It is.
Or it could go the opposite way, and he beats Bo-Katan, and everyone starts following him, and he has to rebuild Mandalore because he discovered that you could live there again.
This will probably end with the rebuilding of Mandalore. I don't see how it would.
Yeah, I feel like he could just fly to the planet and kind of fly down in there and like do a scan.
Do they not have sensors? I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's Star Wars. I feel like they got sensors. Like, I don't know.
Well, yes, but they also have. They're steeped in tradition and lore, so the lore is that that's uninhabitable. Somebody's taught them that. Someone's taught them that, and they just believe it blindly. Just like you have to wear your helmet, no matter what. They believe that blindly.
So he's going to fly down there and take his helmet off and go, "Look, it's fine. I'm breathing. It's okay. It's okay."
I think that's where they're building. That's where the Emperor's building the Last Order. That's where they're building. I hope not, but that's probably what's happening there.
We know the cloner guy is going to be back in it. They got the glasses.
Of course he is. Anyone that's been on the show, Ryan, is going to be back.
He needs to be back in it because that's part of the story that with Grogu. So we're going to get more of Grogu's story probably through him, which makes sense.
Yeah.
And I like his character. I'm glad he's coming back. So we'll get more of Grogu's story.
How he dies, all that.
No, so I think this season is really going to give us more of Grogu's story and the rebuilding of Mandalore, and that's going to be what season 3 is about.
So
Luke will show up again, and
he'll dip Grogu in the water, and then Grogu will start having flashbacks.
No,
just like
it's memory water.
Yeah,
but we do get probably another Order 66 scene, so we'll learn more about what Grogu went through with that. So it's all coming.
Spoilers galore.
Well,
how many episodes? How many episodes is this season? Do we know? Is it 10?
I saw a list.
8 episodes.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Only 8?
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't know if they're all covering 8 episodes.
Yeah, I hope it'll be longer. 30 minutes. That was rough. I was like, oh
yeah, because it just feels like it's a little rushed. Like they were just kind of like popping through stuff like pretty quick. It's like we could spend some time, character development. Let's not have to rush through it here.
And I liked when they did when they would do a new show or season, they would do like 2 episodes to begin
I
with.
know. I was looking for another one. I
Yeah.
was like, maybe there's another one. And I was like, there's
Mhm.
not.
Yeah, we were trying to remember. Like, do they do it like next time? Do they do that? No, they don't do it
No.
next time.
But they did have you watch the whole thing because usually it goes to like watch this now, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like
Oh, it didn't.
so we were sitting there watching all the artwork, which is amazing, you know,
Yeah.
all the art they show, and then it comes up to the German and all these other versions of the credits, and you're just like, I guess that's it.
That's it.
They're like,
really
there's nothing else on Disney Plus. You've reached the end.
But I enjoyed it. Episode. I'm ready for the next episode.
Yeah. That's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I'm glad Mando is back. And also, I've been enjoying the Bad Batch. So I have Bad Batch and Mando now.
Mm.
So I was asking Chris because I was waiting, and the phone never rang for the Andor roundtable. I was like, it's coming any day.
Oh man.
Well,
any day. And then Chris tells me he hasn't even finished it.
Chris, yeah, he failed us.
Did Katrin, Ryan, did you
I
guys
finished it. Yeah,
finish watching Andor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yes. Yeah.
I like
Woo!
for Andor, and
God.
we can wrap it up. I liked the last half of Andor better than I liked the first half of Andor.
It was a bit of a slow burn, but I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it, but I liked the last part better than the first part.
I think that's why we kind of petered off of it a little bit.
No.
It was just kind of slow.
To be honest, I think there was things going on at about that time, and we just couldn't get it together, and it was just like it became too far gone at that point.
Life.
So
Life happened.
life happened. So it's fine, but I loved it. So there's our round table.
There's another
like
season
that.
coming.
It
That's
was
it.
clear, it was concise, it was short.
I do like if I put the 2 shows side by side, I like Mando better. I just like the way they do Mandalorian better than the way they did Andor. Not that I didn't like Andor.
Yeah.
I just like that style of the Mandalorian, the Western, the sort of
I mean it was
I like
different. I mean it definitely what I liked about Andor was that it was different. It didn't feel like any of the other shows, which was cool.
Andor did show us that anybody that wants to can start a screen accurate Star Wars collection because there are so many props in that show that if you wanted to, you could just go buy right now for hardly nothing. I mean, I was like, oh, I've seen that before. I know what that is. That's an old video game. I've seen that. I know that.
Sure.
So that was sort of cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
We talked about this a little bit, I think, at one point, but it's the show that we were expecting was what's happening outside of the story that we know.
Yeah,
but it also how is it related, and so which you finally find out at the end how it's related, that they're building these parts for the big moon, you know, right? But it's
that's no moon.
I know, right? So and in some regards, I can see how it could be boring because it isn't all these lightsabers and guns blazing and all these, but it was character development, and
it was a very it was a character piece,
it's
which
so
was cool.
different than anything else we've seen from the Star Wars series, at least the shows, you know, and movies. But
one thing they did and they showed a lot of the Imperial side, which I've thought for a while would make a really cool show to do a show that's more about the Empire. Yeah. And, you know, because, you know, it's all point of view and so forth. So to people, if you're like working in the Empire and whatnot, you're hearing, and they did a little bit about that, right? You know, these rebels, these terrorists, they're blowing stuff up, you know, it's awful. We got to stop them. And, you know, they don't know about, you know, the evil things going on in the upper echelon there. So that was really cool. That was really cool seeing that kind of side of it from, you know, again, kind of happening at the same time, and almost like a history, a little bit almost like a history of you know the universe.
And we got to see Snoke's background, how he came to be.
Huh? What?
The same person that voiced Snoke was in Andor.
Oh, right.
That's true.
So that's how he probably jumped out of that. That's how he got all disfigured, because he couldn't swim and he hit a rock.
Yeah.
That was a little joke. I know that Snoke was a clone.
It was.
Where's the studio audience? Why aren't they laughing?
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I forgot.
I don't get it because I haven't watched it. So
Yeah.
Andy-
There you go.
Where'd my comment go? Oh, there it is. Andy Sir, what's his name?
Circus.
Andy
Circus. He's in it.
Yes.
So
But-
somebody had to explain the joke to the audience, so that's why they just now got
There's
it.
a little
right?
delay.
Yeah,
I had to explain the joke to everybody. One way out. One, is that what they said? Something like that. They all
I
chanted.
think so. Yes.
Which I heard the Star Cruiser voyage that I'm going on. There's
There's
a group
chanting?
of people. There's a group of people getting those outfits, and they're gonna do a march through the Star Cruiser because the Star Cruiser is the same exact colors as those outfits.
That's
And
awesome.
the rooms sort of look like the prison.
Yeah.
Too.
Makes me want to
Wow.
get it. I could just get some white scrubs and paint orange on them and be like, I'm here to join.
So we have some fun things for everyone to make today. For the next 4 hours, you'll be in this room. You're going to be timed as well.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. This doesn't feel like vacation anymore. You're building parts for Tron Light Cycle.
We're way behind.
We need some more of the cars on the end that can hold regular people.
You mean
You're building
America?
Americans. Yeah.
Yes, my costume
scaredy cats.
is coming along. It's getting there for the Star Cruiser because I'm going full out.
Oh, boy.
Going full out.
And when's this happening? When's the date?
May 3rd and 4th, 5th.
Oh.
May 3rd, 4th, 5th. Yeah.
He's doing a complete slave lay outfit.
You better believe it.
It's almost in time for our birthday.
I know. This is going to be my birthday present. I guess.
And Christmas.
Father's Day,
Father's Day.
Groundhog Day.
Whole year's worth.
But the funny thing is, the way that I'm paying for this trip is I'm with Kyber Crystals because basically through all the people that bought, thank you for buying Kyber Crystals. You've sent me to the Star Cruiser now. I'm Geek Shop. We've got new ones coming out.
Let's send them somewhere else.
Well, now I need to sell more so I can,
It's like he's a
buy
little
the
Cub
stuff
Scout
there.
trying to raise money to go to camp. Buy my crystal so I can go to space.
Any Thin Mint
Fun.
ones? Any
I do. I got a Thin Mint
What's
crystal.
wrong with you, boy?
Samoas?
Yeah, I've got one of this. I do have one that looks like a drink from the Star Cruiser.
There it is.
Oh, $3,000.
Ooh, I should sell this for $3,000.
Yeah, it'll be like that drink on the Disney Wish.
Yeah.
It costs a lot of money, but it doesn't send you to Skywalker Ranch. It actually sends Ryan to Skywalker Ranch.
Right.
That's it.
You could say that it was dipped in the waters of Splash Mountain, and that will make the price go up.
Yummy.
In the waters of Mandalorian.
All right. Well, I think that wraps it up for episode 1. Be back next week for episode 2. Probably not. I don't know what we'll do next week.
Weekly episode.
We do have a new show coming out sometime soon. We're getting it already. So,
Oh, boy.
Living with the Land Speeder, the new show from iamGEEK will be coming soon. We're working on the details. You can join. You can go to our Instagram, right? We have an Instagram.
We have an Instagram. We've got a group. We've got a Facebook page.
It's all coming together. We're expanding out with all of our time that we have and money. Anyways, all right. Well, thank you, Ray, for coming back on.
Oh, of course.
We'll let you know when we're going to do that Andor roundtable. It'll probably be season 2. We'll probably just do both of them together.
It's fine. Chris will probably have watched season 1 by then, so
Yeah, maybe.
that'd be good.
We'll see.
Maybe. Probably not.
I want to wait till there's 3 or 4 seasons and then just binge them all. That's what.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Only doing 2. That's it.
That's it.
Well, I mean,
Because at the end, he'll die.
the third season of shows are usually the best season.
Spoiler, he dies at the
Yeah,
end.
he dies in the end. It's all right.
What?
What?
Hmm.
Yep.
Probably will.
fight is highly unlikely.
No, they do 2 seasons and he dies in the movie, just like most weird TV shows.
Yeah.
So the movie just came out first. If you don't know what movie we're talking about The Phantom Menace.
Yes.
Phantom of the Opera.
You know, Star Wars, they do things out of order.
Anyways. All right. Well, until next time. It's been iamGEEK. Stay tuned next week. Maybe next week. We'll see. Something new, something fun, and of course, something geeky. If you got storms, batten down your hatches.
Well, bye.
Bye-bye.
You still batten down your hatches?
My
can.
hatches are unbattened.
I don't
now.
know what batting down hatches.
I always have my hat and my mat. They're always,
That's
always just battened. Everything's battened.
Yes.
Storms
Storms are all gone. We're all
So-
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're coming your way.
It's here in my house right now. It's like super windy and rainy. I was supposed to go. We're still on YouTube, by the way. So hey YouTube. We were going to put our basketball goal down and forgot. So my wife and I are texting. It's like, what do we do now? Because it fell over last time backwards, which is really crazy because it shouldn't fall backwards. But it didn't break, so maybe it'll break this time. So she's like, I don't want to go out there right now.
There was like, was it 60-mile-an-hour wind?
Yeah, that's what we're waiting on.
Yeah.
And like 4 tractor trailers blew over
Oh my goodness.
on 75. Like on 75, they had closed all like 75 south.
Wow. Somewhere they clocked it. They clocked winds at 87 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nuts. And I actually, because within the span of a couple minutes, when it hit, it just suddenly got really black. And I had walked to the back of the house, and the wind, it was like somebody just turned on like a massive wind machine, because it was just like, and like stuff just started like going. And I ran out the door, and I was telling my wife, I was like, you got to keep the door shut while I'm out there. And she's like, you're crazy. And I'm like, I got to save the stuff. So, because my grill was like moving around, and my chairs, my big heavy chairs are starting to move. And I was like, oh my God. So I'm out there like grabbing cushions and towels that are blowing around, and I'm trying to like barricade my grill so it won't go anywhere. And the wind was blowing. Because Chris, when you texted about like the allergies and stuff, by the time I came in, I was just like, I got so much dirt in my eye.
It was. I was out there for like not even a minute, I think.
Yeah.
When the wind started picking up to like, kind of put some stuff down so it wouldn't blow around. And I came back in, I was like, oh.
It's just a Molotov cocktail of just everything that's out there right now. Yeah, it's insanity.
So I think we're getting the rain right now, but we have a wind advisory from 6 a.m. tomorrow to 6 p.m. tomorrow night, and I'm supposed to go camping tomorrow night.
No.
It's happening. It's
what?
It's happening. I don't know how we're gonna do it, but it won't be raining. It's just supposed to be windy.
Oh, okay.
Blow your tent away.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're in it, it won't blow away. But it
will. It'll just blow away with you in it. So.
The hard part is going to be putting it up, I think. And then once once we eat dinner, it's all gone. The wind's gone.
Don't forget your poles.
Yeah, that's true. I did forget poles one time.
You guys want to see something I'm working on?
Yes.
So there's this guy. This is not my idea. I'm not going to take credit for it. There's this guy that I saw on Facebook who he says, "Hey, I found this lantern," and I'm like, "This would make a perfect droid." So he made a droid out of it. I'm like, "That's cool. I want to do it." And the lantern. So the lantern looks like a freaking.
Oh, that's a different one.
It looks like a droid.
White balance.
Oh, that is it. Yeah, that is the one. Yeah.
How do I turn this off?
Oh, let me make you bigger. There you go. Oh, that's not good.
So it looks like a droid.
That's cool
already. And then it lights up different ways. Oops, don't do that one. So you can I'm going to put probably a lens over the eye so it's not as bright.
Yeah.
But
that's
so
awesome.
then you put this on here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one.
Isn't it cool?
I didn't realize it was that big because
I know. And then
when I saw the picture, I was like,
running off the legs right now. So the legs, it'll be like this little walker droid.
That's cool.
So you can light up your desk and it be
Yeah.
up higher than just sitting on your desk, So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So it's
Katrin can take him camping with him. He can walk
I know,
around
I need it
shining the
now.
light as you're putting the tent up.
You can wear a cape and he can carry the ends for you.
Yes.
But so the
I need
legs,
some of those.
yeah, that's true. The legs, will stand up, so you can just like lift the lantern out if you want to, and then put it back.
That's
in.
Awesome.
It's really cool. I'm like, that thing's cool.
That would also make a really cool like mug holder. That leg thing. Yeah.
The original file that I found or that guy found it, and then I went looking for it, is a trash can.
No kidding.
It's got a little trash can that sits there for your desk that you can just throw stuff in.
That's awesome.
That's called a trash walker, I think, on Thanaverse.
So what's this new show? Can you guys talk about it, or is it a big secret?
Yeah. So Living with the Land Speeder is going to be the name of the show, and it comes from an episode where we had a guy on named Derek Frank, and we were basically saying how we each gave our version of how we would add on to Galaxy's Edge or change Galaxy's Edge.
Mm-hmm.
And Katrin had this ride that I can let him explain it.
It's a land speeder. So there's boat rides in all these other lands, and there's not a boat ride in Galaxy's Edge or really Hollywood Studios. So we need a boat ride there. So why not a land speeder instead? So, and then Ryan's like, oh, what about living with the land speeder? So we called it Living with the Land. Yeah, like Living with the Land. So it's so it became this funny thing, and so the idea of the show, we got a T-shirt and all these designs or whatever, and so the idea is that it would be more focused on Disney and Star Wars, and doing more of that kind of thing. Like, how can we retheme rides at Magic Kingdom, or add on to these places, and then also talk about Star Wars and just general Disney things, and then instead of putting it into iamGEEK, it be in this separate thing, and then we could focus more with iamGEEK to do hopefully more interviews, stick to maybe Marvel kind of things or comic book, and because that's one of the criticisms we've gotten from I think a couple people is like, it's just not focused, it's all over the place, and lately it's been a lot of Disney that we've done, but I think it allows it to us to focus a little bit more on.
So we could have one full episode where it's like Space Mountain. How would you turn Space Mountain into something else, or how would you turn Fantasyland into something else, like Star Wars or whatever? So by the time the end of the show, the whole Disney World will be turned into Star Wars. Probably.
So it's kind of like an armchair Imagineering show.
Yes, it's like a what if.
Yeah. What if?
Except we won't turn into zombies in one of the episodes, or will we? I don't know.
We don't know. You might.
And Derek is a cool guy. He's got his own YouTube channel. He's
his job is to help people do social media marketing and things like
promote and stuff.
And stuff, yeah.
But we were just talking. He came on a few times when Chris was gone.
On trips or sick, or
and we just started talking. And I was like, "We should just show this." And he's like, "Yes, let's do it." And so he's one of those guys that's like, "Let's do, let's get it done and let's market it and everything." And people, he immediately bought one of the T-shirts, and he says he's gotten more comments on that T-shirt than like any T-shirt he has.
No kidding.
Wow. So that's cool. He's in Nashville, so that's where he's based off.
That's awesome.
So what we're thinking of, for everybody listening, if they're still listening, we may start it where we do iamGEEK 1 week, Living with the Land Speeder the next week, and alternate, so we don't get like burned out.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I don't know. Something new, something different,
something fun.
Something fun.
Of course, something
geeky.
Something land speedery.
Yes.
I
Change
also got this little droid over here. Right? You've seen this little droid, huh?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna repaint this one, and then I'm gonna wear him on my shoulder, or her, or whatever, for the Star Cruiser. Probably. I may take this one if it turns out well in my bag, and he can be like that I'll be carrying. He could have his head pop out and stuff. I thought about getting one of those little tiny. Have you seen those little tiny Bluetooth speakers?
Mm-mm.
They're like the size of a coin. I'm sure they're not like great, but to get one of those and put it on the back, and then from my phone, make him talk, and stuff. Yeah, I thought that would be sort of fun.
Hey, what are you doing?
But even if the speaker's not that good, I mean, it's a droid. So it's supposed to sound sort of like
it might actually add to it. Yeah.
But I thought that would be sort of fun. And this could also be a phone charger. You can plug your phone into it.
Amazing.
I don't know.
It's a power droid.
It's a power droid. Yeah.
A literal power droid.
And it's solar, and it could be solar powered.
Oh my god!
Wow.
And it was like cheap.
The possibilities are endless.
I know. Anyways. Oh, okay. I'll have to send you guys a picture of the vest that I'm wearing for the Star Cruiser. It's the new. This is going to make me sound like the biggest geek in the world. It's the new Cal Kestis vest, like his outfit. Mm-hmm. And my mother's making it. So
it's good.
Yeah. I sound like a big geek. Who made that for you? My mom.
My mom made it.
My mom made it.
Yeah,
no,
live with her. She
like
lives
the picture.
It looks.
Don't live with her. She lives with me.
Yeah, pretty much. It looks exactly. She did a phenomenal job. It looks exactly like it does in the picture, which is even more crazy because this isn't a real thing. This is a video game. You know, so
those aren't real.
So I mean, like they don't have to go by like in a video game, like you guys would know. You don't necessarily have to go by real world. Like this is how a shirt would work in the like attach or whatever. You know, this is how it looked. She was just like she took a pattern and like messed with it to make it look just like this vest. Yeah. Which if I had a picture, I'd put it up, but I don't know how to do that.
I don't know how to take a picture.
So now I'm just sort of trying to decide. I'll have that vest. I'm trying to decide. Do I want to get some kind of like hat to wear?
You got a
orange hair.
You got a hair. Don't you have that wig that you wore in your Calcast?
I have a wig, but I feel like that would be so hot to wear all day and all night
in May.
It's
gonna be
May.
Just wear your Mando helmet.
There you go.
And you can't wear helmets. Disney.
Just dump it on everyone's fun.
You could paint your face
to look like Mando's helmet.
Yeah. Why do you have a big cross on your face?
You should have some of those old Back to the Future glasses that we got from like Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
I saw a picture of one of those not too long ago.
You should have them somewhere with all the stuff. Yeah, wear those.
Probably. I don't know. So that's the two things, you know, bald and I wear glasses. And there's like hardly any glasses in Star Wars. So.
Boba Fett. Oh, well, you have glasses.
There's starting to be a few glasses, but originally Lucas did not want glasses in the Star Wars universe at all.
A visor,
very
all perfect eyesight.
Tech.
I need new glasses, so maybe I'll get something new glasses that look sort of Star Warsy, because I've reached that age where when I pick something up to read it, I'm like,
I've got the built-in bifocal things.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to do that. I'm old. What does that say there, Sonny? Can't read that small print. Anyways, all right. Well, I guess it's time to go. I think there's me on YouTube.
There's two, maybe. I don't know.
All right. Well,
yeah, two.
Thank you, YouTube, for those who watch.
Thanks.
And I guess all our regulars are out this week. They heard Ray was coming back on.
Maybe they haven't watched yet.
I'm just kidding.
Watch Mando yet?
Maybe
not.
Surely not.
Sure. All right.
Boy, YouTube.
Help me name the droid. Just send in all your comments.
All of them. I am Groot. I'm Geek. Bye.
Bye.
I am